So often we as humans, we really tend to overreact to things, to take all things so seriously and personally. And that is the thing that is causing most harm in our lives and creating those most biggest problems and downfalls in your life that will be destroying your relationships and blocking your things that you truly want to achieve in this life. So in that sense, one of the most important things for us to learn as humans is to try to control us better and try to detach in some way about situations and try to look those situations and everything from outer perspective. Understanding that everything is not so serious always and so often it is not about you or something personal to you. There is just a lot constantly happening in this life and some things I just believe that are meant to happen like they did them. We have to also just understand that what we can gain outside what we can gain out from certain things and situations and look at the positives, what we can gain from it, instead of looking those negatives. And of course these things are so much easier said than done and it takes a lot of time and effort, growth to achieve that place. But it is possible for us and trying to be more aware about our feelings and how we are living, constantly analyzing what are those things that trigger you and constantly asking you, why is this thing so big to you? Why I react so strongly about these things? And you try to finally objectively more analyze and look at these things, you can truly see that those things are not so big and meaningful, so deafening that they seem to appear to you in that moment, and then to realize that we often take too seriously about things and overreact. Of course these things about come to also that information and understanding aspect, that more that you have knowledge and understanding about things, more you can prevent certain kind of things happening, negative things, and you can prepare for certain things to happen. It is about understanding others and also trying to put yourself in those others' shoes, perspective, and understanding that we all have our own problems, difficulties, and we don't often feel well in our lives, and that will outwardly appear to others, show to others that your inner state, it is constantly reflecting outwardly, and then it is no matter who is there or what is the situation, the outcome is always the same, and you can understand that it is not about you often, it is about others. But when you can truly start to see all these things more positively and understanding, seeing those positive things that you can take out from all these things, instead of getting caught up on those negatives and that short-term period negative feeling that you can feel in that situation, detaching from that and reminding you of what is important and what is necessary, then you can truly change your life completely. You have to understand that your ego and mind, their first primary objective is always just to prioritize yourself and keep yourself alive. So, in that sense, your reactions is naturally quite harsh, quite overreacting to making sure that you are surviving and making it alive from things. But then you have to, as your true self, learn to remind and control these things in your feelings and voices, and what your mind and ego wants to control you and remind that everything is okay and everything is not about so serious all the time, and there is nothing so bad happening that is threatening you completely. If you just could see and understand that end of all, in so many situations, those others, they have nothing against you or don't want anything bad for you. So many times others just try to help you and try to give them best from themselves to you. But because of your past and negative situations from your past, you are constantly seeing those things in negative light and taking everything too seriously. But then if you can truly put yourself in that other person's perspective and think about if you would be him or her, how would you react in that situation? And if you can afterward look at that situation again completely objectively, you can see that So many times there was nothing against you and there was just only good intentions. But your mind and ego is constantly scanning new threats, enemies, because of your past experiences. Then it is truly hurting you and blocking yourself to moving ever forward if you are constantly just letting that same thing to happen constantly, again and again, without you addressing those problems in you and try to take back control of you to yourself, to your true self. Trying to remind again that those situations that have happened don't have to be the exact truth. And if you have happened something in the past, that don't have to be the exact truth. And that don't have to be repeating again and again. And always try to keep your, in some sense, open to different experiences and people. Not try to close yourself off. Be willing to see the best in every situation. Of course, never neglecting the knowledge and understanding that you have gained. But again, finding that complete balance between these things. But I highly encourage you to try to always change yourself and inner self and try to learn to control of you. And try to detach in some way about these things. You can finally find some kind of different kind of peace in you, the calmness. You can learn to enjoy, appreciate this life so much more. And you don't have to be in constant caution, not fearing constantly what will happen. But it always starts from you being aware of these things and acknowledging these things and working these things. And when you can control these things more, you can truly change your life for the better and those relationships around you. Being more satisfied, proud of who you are and what you are and what have you done, and start to be more showing yourself to this world and appreciating everything that you are, not anymore causing so much harm, but instead of helping and being positive light to others, an example, and others can take example from you. And there is that always in this life, that what you put out, that you will get more from more, and it will also affect around you. So if you radiate calmness, the others will naturally calm down too, and so on. So there is really so many positives to gain, and this thing should be one of your main priorities in life, to try to control. Nobody of you expects of you perfection, but little by little trying to control especially those most negative outward moments where you lose your control and outwardly express yourself mostly. Trying to calm down those most high situations for the better. And then little by little going for the better. And then finally you can achieve the place where you have complete control of your inner peace and calm, where outside world truly can't anymore affect your outward appearance, how you will behave. And that is how it should be. You should be always control and decide who you are and how you behave, not the outward life. Thank you again being with me today as always. Hope you all the best, and if you're interested about personal coaching, I'm offering that constantly. I hope you all the best and take care.